Okay, so we are back from break, and once again, you open your eyes and you're in front of Benji, and he says to you, "Okay, it's time!" And bum ba bum, and you hear these nice, soft harpsichord notes. We'll add that in post. And you're in this beautiful marble room with these, like, gilded filigree on the wall. And in front of you, there is an enormous throne that's plush, it's golden, it's velvet, it's beautiful. And there's a person sitting in the chair. But no matter how you look at them, you know that you are seeing them with your eyes, but you cannot perceive them. Something in your brain doesn't allow you to make a full image of them. However, you do feel the overwhelming presence of being in the presence of a god. And you know that this is the goddess of beauty, Imogen. And standing next to her is Benji, the cat. And on the other side is Yvette, the fashion designer from your show. And they're both standing there silently, and you hear a soft voice echo through the room. "Ah, my new warriors, I am so glad that you were able to pass these tests. I have been in much need of new mortals to carry on my work in the world. So, welcome to my temple." "Thanks. Well, I hope you'll adjust to your new life here, but there is some things, we'll have to work on." And you feel the kind of oppressive presence that you received in that vision of feeling looked down upon. And if you look behind you, there is a big wooden door with big, ornate golden handles. And there's also 5 mirrors. They are enormous. They are probably about 12 feet tall. And they're arched, and they have a beautiful, again, very ornate, very artisanally crafted border to them. So that's kind of your scene.
Are we looking at the mirrors, or they're just there?
They're behind you.
What do you mean there are things that need to change?
Well, and on that note, you turn around and you look in the mirror. And you see a reflection of yourself. For each of you, you're kind of in like a half moon shape. And so they're kind of directly behind each of you in that similar shape. And as you look behind you and you look in the mirror, you see the version of yourself you never wanted other people to see. The version of yourself that, at your most insecure, you saw, that you felt that people were perceiving. What does Nova see in the mirror?
Well, obviously she's always wanted to do well at music, but never felt accepted. That's why Mama thinks she's in Juilliard. But I suppose in the worst version of it, she wouldn't be successful either way, whether it was Juilliard or DJing. And a literal starving artist that nobody wants to listen to.
So, you see yourself at your lowest. Someone wandering the world with no purpose, with dreams left unachieved. And you see her staring back at you. But you feel almost like an aggressive, predatory presence from the person in the mirror.
In the mirror?
Yes.
Like from the version
yes,
of
that
herself?
version of you. Mm-hmm.
Predatory?
Mm-hmm.
Can the rest of us feel that presence?
If you look in the mirror. Do you?
Like just her having seen that, and the rest of us just standing next to her. Can we feel it?
If you look in a mirror, you'll see yourself.
Yeah.
You can't see each other.
No.
Okay. I don't know if I'd look in the mirror, guys.
Well, you know, perfection. That's what I'm going for. That's the whole purpose. So, you know, there are things we'll have to tweak and, you know, a little bit there and a little bit there. Don't worry though, it'll be fine.
Out of curiosity, do you get all of your followers by kidnapping them and forcing them to do something they don't want to do?
I don't like your tone.
That's okay. I don't worship you.
No?
Soren clears his throat in. So he's like taking this all in, you know. He sees Nova looking at the mirror, and he can't see what Nova's seeing in the mirror, but he can see her expression of what she's seeing. And Nova does not look happy, right? And then this exchange is happening, and so Soren looks from Nova to Yvette, and then to Imogen, and says, if perfection's what you're going for, why hire Yvette as your emissary? Because the clothes she made us wear for that show were terrible. I've been forced to wear this all day.
Brutal! Yes.
For many days, in fact.
Yeah.
So, is what I'm hearing that you don't want to? You're
What?
not interested?
Wear Yvette's clothes?
No,
Or be perfect?
to live here, to be perfect, to work with me, to be my inner circle, my foremost allies.
So,
I'll give you each a chance to decide. So, no.
okay, so Soren has pulled a rock from his pocket, and he's looking at it.
I will consult with my friends. If they think it's a good idea, I will consider it.
It is a lifelong commitment, so I'll give you a moment
So-
to consult with one another.
So Soren, that was like, but really, why did you choose Yvette?
Is there something wrong?
Do you work with her regularly?
Do you perceive something wrong with her? Do you not like what she does?
Well, if what she does is these clothes, I've made it quite clear that I'm not interested in those, and certainly don't care for them much, but is she some sort of emissary for you?
More of a scout.
Do you have others?
But, you know, now that I'm seeing it through your eyes, I can't stand it. I hate it. Yvette, get out. Go. And you see Yvette give you the stankest look imaginable and scurry out of the room.
Okay.
She goes, Benji,
So-
find someone new.
So Soren's like, well, she deserves to lose the work, and I don't say that lightly.
Soren hates artists.
He just hates these clothes.
He's like, the industry's not for everyone.
She's like, you're my new critic. You're judging what's perfect.
Yeah, you seem to have a good eye for these things. Why don't you take Yvette's position? Once you join me, you can have her job.
Unless you want everyone wearing rocks and crystals, I think you'd better find someone else.
What do you all think about this?
What? Why?
Sorry, you
You
go.
go.
No, you go.
Why should we join you?
What's your hitch?
Yeah, we just were teleported here. We don't know what's going on. There's talking cats. There's, I don't know, we
We
got
were
a giant gold fork. It's
I need to talk to my agent. Before
Who
we go any
doesn't want to be the most desirable person? I will help you become the perfect person you were always meant to be. I will take care of all your imperfections. You will live peacefully, comfortably, glamorously, lavishly. You'll be revered, you'll be heroes, you'll be doing good things for the world. Who doesn't want to do that?
What happened to your 4 friends?
Who?
The ones before us. What happened to them? You said this was a lifelong commitment. They're still alive.
One must always be changing to achieve perfection. It's a hard, difficult thing to obtain. And they were changing, not for the better, and they would not accept positive change.
Do you have a phone?
A what?
Phone.
A pho?
A telephone to talk to someone over a long distance.
Like a magic sea, like a stone.
It's like a letter, but fast.
I have an enchanted pond that you could peer into, perhaps.
That could work. Where is it?
Right now?
Well, yes.
No, I'm so sorry. My friend.
Is it occupied?
Amenities such as the enchanted pond are only available upon signing of the contract.
Oh.
There's a contract that we
Yes,
need to
of
sign.
course. Of course.
I can't sign anything until I've called my agent.
Why not? Does this agent own you?
Well-
Are you their ward?
I believe it might be a previous contract he signed.
Oh, from the world you're from.
Exactly.
Well, you won't be going back there, so you don't need to worry about previous contracts.
Are you saying whether or not we sign your contract, we're not going back?
Well, I'll let you know as soon as you let me know what your plan is. And I promised you a moment, and it seems as though we've been talking a lot more than one moment.
But that's all been, respectfully, that's all been talking with you. We haven't really had the chance to just speak
Oh,
amongst
you want a
ourselves.
private moment.
That precisely. Yeah.
Not the goddess of patience.
Ha 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 ha.
How do we know you won't just replace us?
Well,
You literally just fired
if you commit to positive change, you will never need to be let go. And Yvette, she's not gone. She's going to be taken care of. She will be changed for the better. Just not this moment. I'm busy.
It's kind of like mock talk, isn't it? She's gonna be taken care of.
Just give us a moment, will you?
Okay, a private moment.
What are we all thinking about the goddess and this positive
You're
change
the
stuff?
only one who looked in a mirror.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was awful.
What did you see in it? You looked very concerned.
You did.
Was a sad. You know, we don't have to get in specifics. It just shows you, I think, maybe your worst fears, your what you don't want to be like in.
Could the four of you who did not look in a mirror roll an Arcana check for me?
Wasn't great. We're gonna do this one. 16.
Okay.
Also 16.
11.
Okay.
19.
Yes.
You all feel magically compelled to look at the mirrors, but you all resist.
Okay.
But you can carry on with your conversation.
So Soren just kind of twitches for a second. What was it?
I assume it's what she thinks you'll be without her, or the opposite of perfection.
Do you feel more compelled to join her because you looked in the mirror?
I mean, it hits at your greatest insecurity, but I don't know if I trust her with how easily she got rid of people. But it's hard to look at the worst version of yourself and then not be tempted to fix them.
Do you have a rock I could borrow?
Soren looks
Not you two.
stunned for a second, and then he's like, of course. He starts rummaging. He's like, what do you need the rock for?
A very, very important eye-opening moment, I think. Something that will really help us see what.
Open your mind to the totality.
Sure, yes.
Brilliant. All right.
Not you
So
two.
he rummages
I
around. There's
swear.
the sound of rocks clinking around in his pocket, and he's like, oh yeah.
Oh,
no,
the
this one.
ASMR part of this.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
This is Soren searching his pocket.
Sorry, Spencer.
And then he finally pulls out his fist. It's clenched around a stone. He says, this stone will bring you the clarity that you seek. Do not look at it. Hold it in your hand. Squeeze it tight. And think on the question you have. All right?
Thank you.
So then he drops into your hand a very warm stone.
Is it a little damp?
It's a little damp.
Oh, wow. Very kind.
Just
Thank you.
Open your mind to the totality.
Right.
If you need help, I do still have a hit of psilocybin.
I'm good at the moment. I think I'll just focus on this.
Better for me to microdose on it later. Good.
Right. So I don't know if I'm the only one, but believe me, I've been in ballet my entire life, and I know what it's like to be manipulated, to feel that you are less than you are and incapable of what you are actually capable of being and doing. That's what I'm getting from this, but in like an enormous dose. So my vote is no. Also, I'd like to get back to my other life and not live here in this creepy, weird place where strange things happen all the time. But that's just me and my opinion. And even if you're all flirting with me or not, I don't know. I don't recommend it. So there.
I am definitely flirting with you.
Oh dear.
That's why the stone was so sweaty. I was nervous.
Oh no. All right.
The curse is not you just think it. The curse is that
It's
everyone
real.
is actually flirting with you.
Now that you mention
All right.
so do you think you could face what's in the mirror?
I suppose I won't know until I try.
Are you going to?
Amelia never steps down from a challenge, so she in fact turns and faces this mirror.
And what does Amelia see?
Amelia sees herself. I think there are two levels to this. The surface level is that she's fat. That she is fat and she is inflexible and untalented and does not deserve her spot in ballet. The deeper insecurity is that she cannot do this. She cannot do anything alone. She's incapable of doing anything in life. She always has to have some kind of crutch, some kind of assistance, some kind of help. And yeah.
Can we get a hashtag ballet trauma in the chat from the ballet girls?
Ballet
Hashtag
trauma.
ballet trauma.
That hit. Oh.
I will say this one thing though, before I make my next pronouncement from my character. Ballerinas stare at themselves in the mirror a lot. And the thing that comes after staring at yourself in the mirror a lot is having an audience stare at you on a stage. So really, I mean, they are the toughest of the tough when it comes to, sports. Because they are facing all of that and they just keep doing it. And they know what they're gonna see when they look in the mirror. And so I applaud them, all of them. And with that, Amelia takes this stone that she's been holding and she hurls it at the mirror.
I would like for you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Oh dear.
That is a 8.
That does not do it. As you turn in this moment of pride in yourself, to face the mirror, to throw the stone at it, as you lock eyes with this version of yourself that you despise, that you fear, that fear physically manifests and chokes you, and you drop the stone and you also drop to the floor with the heaviness of perceiving yourself exactly the way you've never wanted to see yourself.
I think seeing that, because Joey's whole style of fighting is protection. She grew up with all of her little brothers, and so she had to. So seeing that happen, she pulls out her sword and is ready to fight whatever it is that she can find. And looks in the mirror by Christina while doing so. To try and fight whatever's in her mirror that's doing this to her.
Okay. In your mirror, in her mirror, you see yourself.
Oh no.
And what is it that Joey sees?
I may have made my character a little too close to myself. I might start crying. She sees herself as unladylike. She's in a predominantly male field, and she has to work out a lot for her job. She's very muscular and toned, and she doesn't do things that are ladylike. She doesn't see herself, so she tries to surround herself with flowers and pink and everything that she can think of that will be ladylike, but she doesn't see herself as the perfect image of what she thinks that a ladylike Southern belle, a beautiful like lady, would look like. She sees herself as much too masculine, too muscular, too like she's not feminine enough. So.
And what is Joey's reaction seeing that? Does she stare it down? Does she whip away?
I think she just kind of collapses in on herself, like finally like seeing that in the mirror as something that she has thought of herself for so long, and she actually sees it brought that way. I think she'd drop her sword, because a sword isn't something a lady should be using. Fighting is not something that a girl should be doing. And so she like drops her sword and kind of backs away.
Okay. So you see two of your friends collapse to the floor. And one of your friends looking very solemn and downtrodden. And Imogen leans over and goes, "Well, have you decided? That was a very private moment."
Okay, so Soren goes to Amelia, all right, and just like kneels down and is like looking at her and is like, "Amelia, you dropped the rock." And he grabs the rock that's on the floor and he puts it back into her hand and says, "This will bring you the clarity you need. Just hold on to it."
Can you two together roll me an Arcana check?
Sure. I got a 1.
I got a 13.
Jarom!
Thanks, D20, ruining the moment.
Roll with advantage for being
It's okay.
sweet.
Well, all right. It's a 4.
Christina,
Soren is not good at
just a
this.
rock.
It's just a rock.
Put it in the
Okay,
trash.
that is a nat 20.
A nat 20.
Okay, so Soren pictures himself putting the rocket back into her hand and saying, "Hold this rock. You'll feel better." But he just puts the rock into her hand and says, You dropped the rock. Why did you drop this?"
Well, Amelia, you feel the sentiment from Soren. And as you hold it in your hand, you discover something about the mirrors behind you. You wanted so badly to fight that version of yourself. And it dawns on you that were you to fight the beasts in the mirror, they would become worse. And the more you tried to fight them, the worse they would become. And they would become physical manifestations. And that is not the way for you to defeat the beasts in the mirrors.
Cool. Hold on. Yeah. So Amelia, yeah. So we have Amelia and Soren and Nova. Where are you right now, Joey?
I'm on the ground.
You're on the ground. Okay. Where are you right now, then?
Just like a little ball.
I have an idea,
What's your idea?
but
Okay. Do I need to bring Joey over here?
I don't know if it'll work. But it would probably require that we both also look in the mirrors.
So Soren looks at you, and Soren says, "Sorry, I can't."
Why? You
I
don't think
just
you can
can't.
face it?
No.
You are the most confident person I have ever met.
So, when I was first starting in the industry, I was told that my cheekbones weren't pronounced enough. So, I looked up ways to pronounce my cheekbones on the internet. And I found that I wanted to do this naturally, of course.
Right.
So I found that if you got bumblebees to sting you, that would enhance your cheekbones and make them seem more appealing, stand out more. So I did. Every show that I walked on, I would get bumblebees. And I would sting my cheeks with them before going on stage. It hurt really bad. Let me tell you, it sounds so silly now, but this is what I actually did. And I did this probably about 60 to 70 times. And it got to where my whole face was just very puffy. But I realized that every time I stung myself with this bumblebee, the bee would die. Because bees can't survive without their stingers. 60 to 80 bees had died to make my cheekbones more pronounced. I kept their bodies, put them in bags. And one night, as I was preparing to go on stage doing my usual bumblebee routine, I held this bee to my... Stay with me. I held this bee to my face. And thought...
Can someone note
this is
this
actually
down
going to be really
as
good.
the stupidest shit that has ever made a group of women cry tears?
I was like, why am I doing this, right? And it seems so silly, but living things had suffered and died to answer, to allow me to embody this sense of perfection that I had not created for myself. This was something somebody else had told me. And I realized that somehow what somebody else had told me was perfection had become the thing that I needed to be in order to be perfect. And that gave them power over me. So the bees I was supposed to use that night survived. And then I stopped looking in the mirror because what I started to see there was what other people told me I needed to be in order to be happy with what I am. So I don't look in mirrors anymore. And I can't look in that one.
When was the last time you looked in a mirror?
Well, that night, when I was about to sting my face with a bumblebee, before walking on the catwalk for that night. That was the last time.
Our show?
No, this was years ago.
Soren, could you make again? Could you?
I would like to give you a standing ovation for that monologue. That was so
beautiful.
dumb. Then so beautiful. I was like, Bumblebee?
That was an emotional roller coaster.
Could you roll just a flat d20 for me?
Sure. It's a set.
No.
Somewhere inside you, you feel the totality, and it's trying to tell you something about Imogen. However, you don't have the courage to face yourself, and you don't have the courage to hear what it's trying to say.
Is he still near me?
Yes.
I reach for his hand and I take the rock that he put back in mine and I put it in his and I place my hand over top of it and I said, I have the clarity now and I think you need it more than I
Okay, so then he looks down at the stone and says, "You're right, moss agate. It is good for clarity." Then he slowly wraps his fingers around it. What was your idea?
I think we all need to look in the mirrors again. And then shine them on her.
This is a good idea. Why do I have to look in the mirror before forcing her to look into it?
I think, like, I wish the DM could not hear this.
I'll plug my
But
ears.
to, like, trick her into looking into it.
Okay.
I think what you just said, Soren, about someone else having power over you, telling you what you should believe is perfection, is exactly what is happening with Imogen right now. And you've already defied them once. You just have to do it one more time.
So Soren holds the stone and is thinking about all of this. He really doesn't want to look in the mirror. So he says, but consider this. What if, because Imogen was not always this way. We know that, right? What if we found a way to get out of here and then we try to change how people think about things and then Imogen changes?
How long will that take, though?
Probably 7 generations.
Can we?
But it starts with us, and perhaps our sacrifice will be the fertilizer for their harmony.
Okay, maybe before we do the mirror thing, why don't we try to remind her of what she used to be?
Okay, what do you tell a goddess to remind her of what she used to be?
We saw it in the visions,
That-
right?
That life isn't about perfection. It's not about beauty. It's about what did we see in those memories? That childhood hope, the camaraderie that they had, that group of them, just being together and having hope for what's coming. It's not about being perfect, it's about the journey.
I hate to interrupt, but one thing I just learned is I need to get my hearing checked, because why did plugging my ears work like so well? I really did not hear a thing. Uh-oh. But Imogen chimes in and she goes, I think you've had enough time. Have you decided?
Is the pond available?
No.
Is that because Yvette's throwing herself into it?
Maybe I need to recheck if you are wise, like I thought you were. Maybe another test is in order. What do you all think?
No other tests are in order, I think.
Okay, then. She rolls out a contract, Ursula style.
I was going to say, I've seen Little Mermaid.
She goes, well then, sign up.
Imogen, do you remember your beginning? How you came to be?
Certainly I do.
Do you remember what it was like?
To be born?
How you felt? Why you were born? What you came here for?
Okay, so at this point, Soren is going to like nudge Lav with his shoulder, like with his elbow, kind of like this. And then we'll look at her, and then we'll look toward the mirror surreptitiously.
So you both look in the mirror.
In the direction of the mirror, it's not.
In the direction of. Okay. Well, you know, it's a very good story to tell about how I came to be, my purpose in the world and whatnot, and I'd be more than happy to tell you all about it once you are signed on board.
I have a little bit, I'm getting cold feet. And I
Do
just...
you need socks?
Socks would be great.
While they're talking, can I do something?
Sure.
Okay. Do I have is there a piece of fabric or a sweater or a ribbon or something that...
I mean, I'm sure your outfit probably has laces, right? So a ribbon, sure.
Okay. Soren, I need your help, but you don't have to look into the mirror, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to look into mine, and I just need you to direction it at Imogen.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a blindfold over you. Okay? I'm gonna guide you over to the mirror. I'm going to look at it, and you move it.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed. I'm gonna grab Soren's hand, and I'm gonna
Okay.
walk right up to my mirror.
Okay. And while you're doing that, Imogen goes, Colsey, this is a good idea. Benji! And Benji, like, walks up to you and is like, and then curls up on your feet like a little kitty.
Oh, that's so kind, thank you. But what I really meant was, I feel like I need a little more support from you before I feel like I can
Well,
sign.
I sought you out. I chose you on purpose. I see your potential. I see the woman you could become. You could be so perfect. You could be everything you ever wanted to be. Think of those long, beautiful lines you've always dreamed of. You could have all the beautiful outfits, all the tutus you could wear, and a stage for the world. Don't you want that? Is that not supportive?
That's not the kind of support I want. I already have that. And if I took your bargain right now, wouldn't that make all the work I've done getting to where I am at pointless?
No, not at all. Only because you've come so far did I want you here.
Joey's ready to sign.
You signed?
So,
I wanna
so
like,
where are we?
Stand
So
up
I'm in front
and
of
just
the mirror.
like walk towards the contract because that
How?
sounds great.
Far away is Imogen from my mirror.
She's about 20 feet.
Okay, so distance.
Mm-hmm.
Ominous.
Okay. I'm gonna move you behind the mirror.
Okay. So as you
And
like,
I'm gonna tell you
shuffle
to-
me behind the mirror, I
Yeah.
push a little stone into your hand and say, for clarity.
Who's
And-
closer to Joey right now? Nova?
You two are standing like right there. You do have a man-sized cat upon your feet.
Man
That
size?
is a
I
cat.
I like lean forward and reach and grab Joey's wrist.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, Soren, I trust you to put it where it needs to go. I take off your blindfold because you're behind the mirror, and I will look into my mirror.
And what is it the lab sees?
A completely featureless person. Like a thumb, almost. Like it's lavender, but there's nothing interesting about her. She looks like every other person that is walking, that exists in the world. There's absolutely no reason to have any interest in her. She's not interesting looking, she's not interesting looking, and she's not good at anything. So she just floats throughout the world being ordinary and not worth pursuing in any way, romantically or career-wise. She's not pretty enough to get attention. She's not talented enough to get attention. She's not rich enough to get attention. She is just this featureless, ghost-like person who people almost walk through. Yeah, she has nothing about her means anything.
And how does Lav react to that?
I don't think I can pull my eyes away from it. I think I am just so almost spellbound by this thing that she believes to be so true about herself. That she's just that she is trying to convince everybody that she is interesting. I don't think she can look away.
So Soren says, I hope that this is the right time. And he swings the mirror whoosh, to his right. Hold on, which way do I need to swing?
Whatever.
You can look around the mirror and
So you want to swing it towards Imogen.
Yes.
She goes, no, don't, no. Enough, get them. And could you all roll initiative?
Want to do this to myself, but just because Joey is 100% ready to join Imogen and is like, yes, I want to be perfect. That sounds great. That's everything I've ever wanted. I want to do that. I want to roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. That's an 11.
I thought that was a 1 for a second.
Okay. I would say Nova would go first with your 21 roll. However, no you don't. Because
Somebody got a nat 20.
It's like,
no, because someone gets a surprise round on you. It is not Imogen. However, you do see
Benji?
her transform because you cannot perceive her as she is. And she turns into a massive, glowing, golden unicorn. So,
That's so pretty.
I know, so beauty.
I can't fight that.
I know, but since Benji is on your feet, he pounces to his feet and takes an attack on you.
Alright.
Just so you guys know, for the sake of fairness, Benji does have lion stats, so that's
He has
him.
lion stats?
Yes, he does.
Janie.
And he is going to attack Amelia, and he is going to bite you.
Benji's like
Um?
Benjin, bro.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I take uncanny dodge?
You may. Okay, and that halves you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you take 2 damage. That's after being halved.
Okay.
So he chomps you good. But now it is in fact Nova's turn.
I'll cast Tasha's hideous laughter on this unicorn. Can the unicorn laugh? How's that work?
I suppose unicorns can laugh. Sure.
Thanks, DM.
Yay.
Oh, she gets to roll a saving throw,
She
yes?
does. It's a wisdom.
She passes. Well, she's not happy with you moving that mirror around, I'll tell you that much.
Oh.
But it is actually...
Sorry.
Soren, if you take a look to your left, you notice behind one of the mirrors, standing guard, is a follower of Imogen's. And he sees you, and he's gonna get you. And he's going to sprint at you and make a melee attack. He's going to make 2, actually. He rolls an 8 and a 9.
Okay.
I'm guessing both of those miss.
Yeah.
Okay, so he... And it does not hit. And that brings us, actually, to your turn.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So I want to leave combat with this guy and come around the mirror.
Okay, you want to disengage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So I'll. So he like comes over to me and he like swings. Soren says, "Oh bye," and he steps around the mirror and he sees Lav still standing in front of the mirror, and so he is going to use his second action to move Lav so that she's not looking into the mirror anymore.
Okay, perfect. You
That sound
are
good.
no longer spellbound by the mirror. And if you want to, roll me a quick perception check.
11.
Okay. You immediately clock that Imogen is negatively affected by the mirror being pointed at her.
And then Soren says, "Where did the unicorn come from?"
And then the unicorn goes, whatever horses
And
do.
then he says, "Are you related to Angus at all?"
And with that, it's Amelia's turn.
Not all horses know each other.
Racist.
It seems that could be a tight-knit community.
Okay, I am going to pull out my rapier, I suppose, and slash at Benji.
Okay.
Because he bit me first.
Roll your attack.
He's just a cat.
I definitely didn't realize he was man size.
Me neither.
Okay, that is 23.
A 23 will certainly hit.
I mean, I'm picturing him with like a six-pack and pectorals, but just in like a small size.
Okay, you know that Studio Ghibli, whatever, movie with like the cat with the top hat? That's what I was thinking.
That is also what I was thinking.
Yes, he is like,
What is that movie?
Versus
The count? The Baron.
Yes.
Baron.
The cat.
10 damage?
10.
There's like
It's the
two
cat
that you-
returns, yes.
10
I
damage.
didn't realize it was
He
like
is very
Johnny's
much
old
like the
man.
cat returns.
And also Whisper of the Heart.
And then I would like
They
to
call him
use my
Jim
bonus
Bro.
action to disengage and get some distance.
Okay, are you running towards Imogen or towards the mirrors?
Towards the mirrors.
Okay.
Did we all notice that it had a negative effect?
Yes. Yes. Next is Lav.
Okay, so I'm gonna shout to everybody. We need to trap her within the mirrors. If we can get as many mirrors around Imogen as possible, that might work. I would like to go to the backside of my mirror. Do I have any enemies? Oh, that guy is
There's the
behind
one
me.
guy.
Okay, well, I'm going to move behind the mirror and
You also have 3 little children attached to you.
That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take them out of my bag and cast Animate Dead.
Okay, they are all going to act on your turn.
Deploy the children.
Deploy the children.
Especially the beautiful one.
Oh yeah.
One.
The handsome
Yes.
Squidward
Handsome
goblin
Squidward
stops her in her
goblin.
tracks. She's like,
Handsome Squidward.
Perfection!
Yeah. Imogen's like, do you want to sign the contract?
yeah. I
You're
found my
exactly
new
what I'm looking for.
Okay, so I think I'm going to mentally command my 3 little goblins. So I'm behind the mirror. I roll them out. I take them out of my bag, like put them on the ground, reanimate them.
My troll children.
Yes. I want one to engage with the follower of Imogen, who's
Okay.
next to me,
Okay.
and then one to go where Benji is,
Okay.
and the other one to go to another mirror.
Okay.
And I think that's all I can do on my turn.
Which one are we sending the handsome one to do?
Yeah, that's important.
The mirror.
So one to a mirror, one to the follower, and then the third one
To Benji.
to Benji. Okay.
So, okay, so the handsome one runs in front of the mirror. What does he see in it?
He's like, I'm dead.
He doesn't react to the mirror.
Oh, okay.
And it is now Joey's
Because
turn.
he's already
Okay.
He just sees himself as
I
like,
am, after that very heartfelt exchange before battle started with Amelia, and then seeing Benji attack her, we're gonna take 2 attacks on Benji.
Okay.
With my rapier. So I pick up my sword, like grab it, and then go to just
Okay. Roll to attack.
protection mode.
You've got this.
Okay, I'm rolling both. So one of them's a 20.
20. That
Yeah.
hits.
One one's a 20, and the other one is 50.
That hits also. Roll your damage.
First one, ooh, that's 6 damage, and then the second one is 7 damage.
So 13.
Yeah.
Okay, Benji's still up, but he's not looking good.
Good.
And after Joey,
And I'd like to save my reaction, just in case someone attempts to attack Amelia or anyone who's within 5 feet of me, so that I can use the fighting style protection, which while wielding a shield and a creature you can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. So I'm saving that reaction.
so Benji it's his turn, so he's going to attack you. Does an 18 hit?
Yes. I haven't been able to find
So
any
take
pretty armor
7
yet.
damage, and also make a strength saving throw.
Oh, strength saving?
Mm-hmm.
20.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
He tries to knock you over, but you are.
I think not.
And after Benjamin, it is our unicorn.
No. Here we go.
Yay! So first, Imogen is going to. She stomps and her horn sparkles, and Benji heals. And then in front of her would be Nova's still standing there, but she's not the one touching the mirrors. So she's going to gallop at Soren and attack you twice. Does an 8 hit?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, good. get a nat 20?
I got 2 nat ones in a row.
Oh.
So you know what horses do when they get really mad and they're like, I say this, I've never been around a horse.
They do this.
Yeah, they're like, and they're mad. She just kind of does that for a minute.
And Soren says, "You are a lovely creature. Who brought this unicorn in here? Where did Imogen go?"
And it is now Nova's turn.
Okay. So what's the position of the mirrors right now?
So there are 5.
Nobody's touched them. except
One
for the
of them
goblin.
is pointed at Imogen.
Yeah, handsome goblin has got one of them.
You turned one.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
I turned one. You're right.
I'm
Yep.
So that's the only one that's currently pointed?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Ooh, let's go.
Okay.
And to the nearest mirror. Here. Running. Start turning the mirror towards
Okay.
Imogen.
I want you to make a saving throw. And I want it to be whatever ability you think Nova will use to overcome what's inside the mirror.
Inside the mirror?
Yes, I'll say this. You just have to get a 17 or higher to be able to turn the mirror. They didn't have to do it because Lav wasn't the one who turned the mirror. That'll come back to bite you 2 in the ass later, but we'll talk about that when the time arises.
To, like, defy what's in the mirror?
To be able to turn the mirror off of you. Because otherwise,
I'll say
you won't be able to.
she needs to persuade herself that it's
Okay,
not real.
17 or higher, Bookie.
How'd we
What'd
do?
you get?
It's a 13.
Whew! You do not turn the mirror this turn.
Okay.
And
Alright.
after Nova, it is one of the cleric's turns. But he's just gonna be fighting your baby. I'll say that he's out of combat because he's fighting your evil dead baby.
The evil dead
And it is
baby.
now
Being a mom.
Soren's turn.
It's a beautiful child.
Soren.
Soren. So the unicorn has galloped across the room towards Soren and
And is kind of pushing you up against
unleashed an attack.
a mirror. Yes.
Pushing me up against a mirror.
Yes,
so.
kind of backing you into one.
Okay, okay, great. Soren is backing up against the mirror, and then he feels the cold glass of the mirror against his back, and an idea seizes him. And he pulls from his pocket the jar of gore.
I wish that I could know what this idea is. Go on.
I'm very excited to hear about this.
And he shows the jar of gore to Imogen and says, "Do you find this beautiful?"
Hey! No!
And then he sidles around the mirror and goes like to the back of it with his jar of gore. And then from the jar of gore, there's like a little knob at the top. So like from the knob, so he has like this like dark like kind of energy coursing through him because of his memories about what he used to do for his, beauty routine and
Add
stuff.
to your inventory bag of dead bees. Just
Okay.
kidding.
Oh my gosh, so triggery. So, and then this like jet of dark light streams from this little nub, and it hits the guard follower of Imogen guy who's
You throw a
tussling.
jar of gore at him?
Well, I'm casting Eldritch Blast
Oh.
at him. Yeah.
Okay.
So
For
it'll
simplicity's sake, he did.
Oh,
Well,
okay, so
now
that works.
that you've Eldritch Blast him,
Cool.
he's dead.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, and
Thanks,
is that your
everybody.
turn?
And then okay, so after that, I'm like behind this mirror. I'm gonna jump to the next mirror next to it.
Behind it?
If that works, yeah, behind here.
Okay. And is that all?
That is it.
And then it will be Emilia's turn.
Okay. I'm running to the mirrors. I'm obviously running straight at this mirror, and I would like to stop right in front of it. Because I had that moment where I realized that fighting against the mirror was going to make it worse and not better. And so I touched my hand to the glass, and I tell my reflection, I'm sorry that nobody was there to protect you, but I'll protect you now.
Are you going to turn your mirror?
I'm going to turn my mirror.
You may make a skill check or saving throw with advantage.
Okay. That's a 21.
Wow, very good.
You see the look in your mirror self. Her eyes soften. And she has a moment of realization. And you have a moment of realization. That in this moment, she loves you. And you love her, and you are her. And you feel this love within yourself, and you are able to turn your mirror to Imogen. And so now, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I would like to go help Joey.
Okay. Who's
So-
fighting a lion?
Yeah, whatever movement I have left, I'd like to
Get over there.
yeah, go
Okay.
go help Joey.
All right, now it is Lav's turn.
So how many mirrors are pointed at our dear friend here?
Currently, there are 3. I'll say for mechanical sake, there are 2 conquered mirrors facing Imogen right now.
And that is which ones?
It is, no wait, just one conquered one, 2 facing her. My apologies.
Okay.
And the one conquered one is her.
Okay. I wanted to ask about the mirror that's turned towards Imogen. It's unconquered.
Yes, so it is having an effect on her, but when Amelia's mirror turned, there was like a magical shift in the room.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna grab the mirror that was turned, and I'm going to... Like, do we feel a magical shift in the room? But I know that it needs to be conquered, or am I metagaming?
You can metagame.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
I'm gonna grab onto the mirror and hold on to it
And-
towards Imogen.
And what do you do to overcome this? What you can roll a skill check for it, or you can role play, whatever you want to do.
So, I don't know if we remember, but I was a makeup artist. And I might have some of my makeup stuff with me because I used it on the beauty pageant. So I would like to actually go to the front of the mirror, and I'm gonna draw in features on my person
Okay.
with lipstick and makeup and everything like that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Do you want to do like performance for that, or do you have something you're better at?
You're not performance. Medicine.
Medicine.
Yeah.
Insight.
Insight. Oh
Okay.
wow. Medicine.
Expression is a great medicine.
That is not enough for this round.
Okay.
Okay.
I have my 3 little dudes.
3 little dudes. What do you want to do with them?
So, the beautiful one is going to turn the mirror towards Imogen.
Okay.
That's holding the mirror already.
Okay.
The other one is gonna swing at Benji.
Okay.
And then the other one is fighting the other. Oh no, they died, didn't they?
Yes.
The other one is going to go to another mirror.
And turn it.
Yes.
Okay. So they turn 2 mirrors. There is an effect, but again, not quite as poignant as Amelia's mirror. And then the one swings on Benjamin, and do you just want to roll? If you have a weapon, you can roll for that.
I'm
I'll
just
let
gonna
you
do an
that.
unarmed strike.
Okay.
18.
That definitely hits. And what's your damage on that?
0.
I'll give you
Unarmed from me is +4.
+4.
Yeah.
I'll have it down as 4.
Okay. Do you want me to roll a d4 or just...
No,
okay.
I'll give you 4. I'll give you 4. He's doing good right
It's
now.
just like, ugh.
He's like,
And it is now Joey's turn.
All right. I think that she sees Amelia conquer her mirror. And when Benji just attacked her, she was strong enough to not have any damage and stay standing. And I think that kind of starts to shift her view of like the muscles and the knowing how to fight, and those things are not a bad thing. And we're just gonna attack Benji again, but she's starting to see that shift, and so
Okay.
we're
Roll
gonna
it.
attack Benji twice.
Roll it.
20
That
and
hits.
14.
Those both hit.
17 damage total.
Okay.
To-
Benji looks at you as you stab him with your sword and goes, "Am I just the cat?" Oh. And he dies.
What have you done, Scully?
I had to make you feel bad for killing the cat.
Yeah, but he attacked people.
I think it was a good thing to do.
Thank you.
And so cute little cat Benji in his little button-up suit.
Oh, get out of here.
The lion stats cat.
Okay, and from that, it's
Can I take a bonus action and go to turn my mirror? Like go to try.
you can claim one of the 2 turned mirrors because they've not been engaged with. Nova's at hers, and he's at one, and hers is turned, so there are 2 that are available.
Okay.
To take one of the turned ones.
Can I do that as a bonus action? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think all of the mirrors are facing her right now. However, only one is covered.
Can I use a bonus action to try and conquer
Yes,
my mirror?
you may.
Okay.
You may.
She's feeling confident and strong and capable because she just killed a lion.
Okay, well, do you want to roll like a strength check for your stat?
Yeah. 18.
You are able to conquer your mirror. And as you lock eyes with yourself in the mirror, once again, you see her expression shift. But from shame to pride. Very fitting for killing a lion. She's proud of you. And you're proud of her. And you are her. And the mirror turns to Imogen. And once again, you feel the magic shift. And on that note, it is her turn. And she is not happy that you did that. So she is going to charge at you and attack twice with her hooves and her horn. And the first one's a 20,
Oh dear God.
and that's cocked. The second one's a 13.
The second one.
Okay. Well, she's going to clomp you with her hooves. Scientific term.
Then she's massive. I'll be okay.
That's 11 damage.
11? Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
She picks up her hoof and she goes,
As a human who has been kicked, it hurts so bad.
Ouchie.
It wasn't even a magical unicorn.
It
I
wasn't even a
know.
magical unicorn.
and with that, it's Nova's turn, and you are still in front of your mirror. Do you want to roll again?
Maybe your bruise will have sparkles on it.
Yeah, you cough up like a little blood when you get kicked, and you're like, but it's like, like glitter.
So we're aware / seeing what other people are doing
Yes.
to try and conquer their mirrors. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So what does my turntable thing look like? Is part of it like a lute, or it's just
Yeah,
literally
it's
like a
lute
turntable?
shaped, but it's like, you know?
Can I turn it into like an acoustic version of something?
Sure.
So like a
It's magic.
okay. She's gonna, I guess, end invisibility. Doesn't work out so well. And look at herself in the mirror and play, like, instead of, she's been very party music, very DJ, but play like a very stripped down acoustic song to herself about being enough. And like, it's okay.
You can roll with advantage.
Yay! We'll do performance. 23.
You see yourself in the mirror start to kind of clap and hum along to the song as the mirror turns. And now 3 of the mirrors are conquered. Which brings us to Soren. Actually, sorry, yeah, 3. Soren.
Me? Okay. So Soren has been behind this mirror, he's got his back to it, and he's hearing the commotion going on. Beyond the mirror, he peeks around it to see what's going on, and he sees Benji get stabbed and go down, and he sees Nova playing her instrument in front of the mirror, and he's seeing Lab in front of her mirror, and he's thinking a mile a minute, and he says to himself under his breath, I just can't do it. So he looks at Imogen, the unicorn, and then he runs to where Benji is lying. And I'm casting Revivify on Benji.
I just worked so
Please
hard.
tell me that my turn is next.
Funny enough.
But before, so I'm standing over Benji's bleeding body, right? And like his whiskers are just like drenched in gore, and his little jacket's all stained.
I never said he was drenched in gore.
I stabbed him twice. Like, that's not even
His guts are literally falling out of
He
his
was
body.
eviscerated, nearly
go on.
decapitated, his eyeballs hanging out of its socket.
twice.
His tongue was cut off.
I
His
st- I
She
still
literally
might.
beheaded him.
So I look from Benji to Imogen, who is menacing my very strange friends, and I don't know, are they friends? Who knows? But we can't beat Imogen by fighting her. So I say, Imogen, and hopefully she pays attention to this, because I'm like, yeah, because I'll say, Imogen, we don't want to fight you. And he puts his hands onto Benji's tiny but muscular body. And there's so much blood on Benji that I'm literally in his blood up to my wrists. And I cast Revivify.
I'm sorry, you're casting Revivify,
And
and none of us have died.
So he returns to life with 1 hit point.
in this moment, it's almost as if a glamour that's on Benji has been removed.
Oh, okay.
And he shrinks down, boop, boop, to the size of just a regular little cat. And he's still in his little outfit. And he's wounded. And you can tell that Imogen taking him kind of as a pet, as a companion, made him more human. And he just kind of looks at you with his little bow tie. And goes,
Okay.
and
Then-
he lays down with his 1 little hit point.
Use
Perfect,
healing
then
word on him
I,
right now.
You were just wanting him. I know, but that even hurt. He was little.
Perfect. Then, is he just like a regular sized cat then? Okay. So, I bend down to him, and with my blood-drenched hands, I like stroke 2 blood-soaked fingers over the top of his head and start scratching him behind one of his ears.
And he goes,
Perfect. So then I'm like, all right, with your permission, and I just scoop him up. And then, okay,
cat sensual.
how's he doing?
It's charming. He's good.
He's good. Okay, he's
I'm
with
saying
me.
you
All right.
picked him up cat sensually.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then I'm holding him against my chest,
Mhm.
and I will start walking toward Imogen to show her that Benji's alive again.
Okay. Amelia, it's your turn.
I will saunter, I will dash, I will make my way towards this fellow here. Because I don't want him to get
Stomped.
I don't want him to get killed. And I will say, Soren, I don't think it's about fighting Imogen. I think it's about helping her see who she truly is.
That's what I'm doing. And he keeps walking. Because she really is someone who just cares about her friends. We saw that in the visions.
Right, but she doesn't remember that part of herself. And that's what the mirrors are for, I think.
Perhaps this will be enough.
But what if it isn't?
It's worth a try.
All right, then let me take the cat.
Are you good with cats?
I'm great with cats. I'm a cat burglar.
This is the first time you've actually admitted that part of your character. Also, right now, in this moment.
Okay, so I look at you for a second, digesting that information, and then I look down at the cat, who's like looking up at me. I'm like, are you good if I hand you over? The cat do.
He gives you like the little cat nuzzle.
Okay. Oh, he seems to be okay with this. Just don't drop it.
I won't, I promise.
Okay. So then I sort of hand the cat over.
This bloody, almost dead.
Yeah.
No.
Within an inch of his life.
Crimson drops are falling off of his paws, splashing onto the floor.
Oh my gosh.
He's looking up at you with like big, glossy eyes.
There should be an animal.
I would like to tear the bottom of my shirt off and wrap it around his wound.
And continue to walk towards Imogen, telling Soren to head toward his mirror, just in case.
And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Laugh?
Okay, so the first thing I would like to do as my action is cast Hold Person on Imogen.
Okay.
And I would like to do it at the second level. So I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. And she does roll advantage against that sort of thing. That is a 15. Dang it.
Okay. That was really close.
Oh.
That was needed less than a 14. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to do my bonus action. I'm not going to move any of my guys. I will try again to conquer my mirror.
Okay.
And instead of drawing, so I've already drawn on the features. I would like to make an Arcana check. Say, like, for my, because being a wizard is about, like, knowing. It's not, like, magic isn't, you know, it's not something you get from somebody else, and it's not innate, it's something that you learn. So, you know, going into this world, having knowledge of magic is kind of like, it's more about not what's on the outside, but what's on the inside.
Okay. Roll it.
No, what is it?
That
what is
one.
Okay.
That is...
You
Oh
now
my
are on your
God.
final chance
Okay.
to conquer your mirror. And I will let you do it. In the special box.
Right now?
Yes, right
Oh.
now. This is your final chance.
it? It's all or nothing.
Oh. 18 plus 9.
You
Let's
pass!
go.
Looking in your
Oh my
mirror,
God.
you have one more moment
That was
of
very
self-doubt in the form of a natural one. But you feel confidence within yourself. That wisdom, that knowledge, that you know that this is just a magic mirror. You know that you're so much more beyond this. And your mirror turns perfectly onto Imogen, and you are free from the mirror, leaving one more. And I hate to tell you, but it is Joey's turn.
I'm gonna go over to Soren. I'm gonna take a second and be like, alright, here's the thing. I want you to pass me one of your rocks.
Anyone?
You pick. You seem to have a thing about that.
What do you need?
I need to know what I have to say to you in order to show you that you are strong enough to handle this.
I don't know if there's a good rock for that. But I can look. So
We'll
he starts rummaging around in his pockets. It's like, dendritic, adigate, I don't know, aquamarine, I don't know, jasper, labradorite, and it's clear that he's stalling.
I didn't think that I was going to be strong enough to look at that mirror again. Society and people will tell you that you have to be perfect, and I wanted to be. That's why I wanted to sign that contract. But it doesn't matter. I saw that my strength was not a bad thing. That looking like I do doesn't meet the expectations of most people. And that didn't matter. Because what I am and what I saw in that mirror was someone who was capable of protecting her friends. And I think that if you look, you'll see the same thing.
Do you really think so?
Yes.
He looks at Amelia, who's carrying the cat ahead. You don't think the cat will work?
I don't think so, honey. I think this has to be something you do.
So this is the mirror. He looks back at you.
And whatever rock you need to pull out of that bag to give you some confidence to do that. And if you want, and she takes out her sword. Her beautiful filigreed crystal embedded sword that has beautiful pink diamonds all over it. She's like, you can hold this, and this can be your rock from me to give you the confidence to do this.
So he looks at the sword, and he looks up at you, and he says, you can hold on to that. Thank you. And he pulls from his pocket the little skull that he squeezed in his hand before going on the catwalk, the very beginning of all of this, when we were going out for Yvette's fashion show. And he says, I think I now have what I need. And then he walks toward his mirror. Does anything happen on the way?
I mean, technically my turn isn't over, but can I just give him the help action for his?
You may give him the help action.
And that's my turn.
Okay. And would all of you like to hold your turn until it is Soren's turn?
I will continue to carry the cat towards Imogen, having faith that Soren will do what needs to be done.
Okay. Soren, it is your turn.
Okay. So, Soren walks around Joey and is looking at Joey, and then he looks at Nova, and then he looks at Amelia, and then he looks at the ceiling, and then he stops. And then he closes his eyes. And then he cracks one open, and then he cracks the other one open, and then he looks in the mirror.
And try to tell. What does Soren see?
And a giant bumblebee. Just kidding. And he looks in the mirror and he sees himself. His nose is too big, and his cheekbones don't stick out nearly enough. And his jawbone doesn't either. you know? And the reflection is like, this is what you are, and you'll never be more. And I know that you really want to be more, but you just won't ever get there, you know? You're just doomed without the bees and without all of that pain, right? So
What
that
roll?
makes him very sad.
What? What do you like to roll?
I'll roll for, well, we'll roll for persuasion, because that seems appropriate.
And you have the help action.
You have advantage.
Okay, that is 22.
Okay. So you're locking eyes with yourself, as you are. But with all of the things that you dislike about yourself highlighted. And you get that feeling that you can't be more. But as you look in the mirror, you see over your shoulder Joey, then Nova, then Laugh, then Amelia. You see 3 wretched goblin babies,
And the handsome one,
the handsome one.
Bill.
You see a tan gentleman with long sandy blonde hair and sunglasses that you identify as the totality. And you realize you are more. You have so much more. And that to these people, you mean so much more. And the mirror snaps to Imogen. And in this moment, they're screaming. Like howling pain, the pain of an animal who's scared and alone. And a blinding light. And the mirrors shatter onto the floor. And when you look over at where a giant, perfect unicorn was, you realize why you were never able to look at Imogen in her true form before. And it was because what she was, what she wanted, what she was destined for was unobtainable. That perfection to one person would not be to another, would not be to herself. It wasn't tangible, it wasn't even fathomable. But now you see a sparkly, beautiful, weepy teenage girl on the floor, slamming her hands and fists against the marble, screaming, "What have I done? Where are they? Who are you? What happened? No. Benji! No!" And she gets up and she runs to you and she takes her little cat. Goes, "No. No. I'm sorry. Did I bring you here?"
And Soren pulls out from his bag, he pulls out some broken glass shards, and he says, "Not all of the gore on Benji is his. My jar broke."
You see a young girl who you can tell is on the cusp of like a blood-curdling scream when the doors, bam, bust open. And there they are, the 4 girls that you saw in the dragon earlier. Well, the 4 women. And she's like, and she goes, "You're here! You're back! You're old!" Oh. And the 4 older women just approach her, looking teary-eyed, and embrace her in a feeling that you all know now of friendship and love and of seeing each other at your worst but wanting to see each other at your best, of this kind of friendship and camaraderie. And the 4 girls kind of look at her and they smile sort of bittersweet smiles, and Imogen looks at you and goes, I'm sorry we brought you here from your world. Do you want to go home?
Yeah, I think so.
Is there anything I can give you before you go?
Money is compensation.
Gonna have to call my agent. Is the pond available?
Can I keep the sword?
Yeah. In fact, let me just... And your sword glimmers with a little additional power.
Could you add a place in Bristleton where you could get a good wax?
Oh, sorry.
Did you not go to Bristly?
Well, I did get a wax, but they didn't know what a Brazilian was. I'd appreciate it if you could just add that.
You know what might be a little bit better? Is if we just wipe Bristly's memory of you altogether.
Yeah, that
and we
actually
start over.
I was
Yeah.
planning to move there.
We can get a wax when we go back. You
They'll-
can.
they'll
I'm
know.
not going to.
They'll know what a Brazilian is back home.
Yeah.
New York. Do we really want to go back there?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Personally.
I always kind of wanted to visit Moscow.
Oh, you're thinking travel elsewhere.
Well, you don't have to go home right now.
Oh, that's
This
good.
isn't like some cliche book or movie. I'm not gonna send you, like, if you want to wait, you can, like, wait.
That'd be
I
great.
would love to
I'd love
wait.
one
I
more
wanna
meal
stay
at
for
the
sure.
Pink Pony Grub. Has
The
anyone
can we all go?
anyone want
I'll pay.
pink?
Oh, well, then I'm fine with it.
No, good.
I need to
That
ask
sounds
Angus
great.
if he actually has 2 spleens.
You are a disturbed man. Can I know what I think I need to do. Hmm? The sandy-haired man appears next to you.
I feel the totality.
My brother.
Could it be the totality? So, what does he do? You know, Soren's like a little gobsmacked. And so he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a rock. And he's like, would you accept this? And the totality recognizes the rock and is like, that's dendritic agate.
He says that. He says that's dendritic. He goes, I won't take it. Check this. And he goes, and a little lightning bolt goes from his finger. And then it starts to glow.
And so a single tear goes down Soren's face. And he's like, it is you. I finally made it. And he like goes to give him a massive hug.
Bring it.
Okay. Do you want to come to the Pink Pony Grub with us?
Are we getting appetizers?
You know we are.
Then I'm coming.
Rock candy.
You know, have you started munching the
Mhm.
rocks?
I always suck on them. I haven't quite gotten to munching them.
You gotta start munching.
And so he's
And-
just like in wonder, like, amazing.
And Imogen's like, that is so freaky, but I'm glad I dealt with that. Well, for the rest of you, I can start with dinner, and I can send you home when you want to go home, but is there anything else you want?
Soren and I got some stuff done to our faces.
Do you want it undone?
I think I would like it undone, if that's okay.
Sure.
But you can leave him.
I'd like to keep
Wait,
my wax.
do you want your tonsils back in?
No, I'll keep
So
them.
tonsils and appendix are good. The other stuff, no.
Yeah.
I'd like to say I'd love my appendix back, but it's kind of all over your cat at the moment.
I really am not good with you right now. But, and the work is undone.
Okay.
Well, this will just have to do.
It'll do. It'll do.
And it will.
And it will do. You
got a golden fork. Does that do anything?
A golden fork?
We
Yeah.
won the eating contest, but we'll tell you about it at the Pink Pony Grove.
Okay.
I'm the troll father.
Oh.
Would you like to
Do
meet my
you
children?
want?
Yes,
I
our children.
actually. Do you
yeah,
want?
but Bill?
Do you
Where's
want
Bill?
your
He was around here
children to
somewhere.
be real?
What are you talking about? They are real. They're real just the way they are.
Do you want them to be? Do you want them?
Yes.
Are you just talking about more perfect changes, Imogen?
No.
No. Don't
I
listen
mean,
to
not rotting corpses. Do you want them to be goblins or do you want them to be human?
Goblins, ideally.
Okay.
We're so in sync.
Just keep the one handsome.
Keep him handsome.
Yeah, like don't.
I won't change a thing.
He's happier that way.
And she channels this divinity, and you see this brilliant, sparkly light come in, and your 3 goblin children, like in frickin' Pinocchio, like, and they've got sparkly eyes, and their wounds heal, and they've got on like little matching overalls, and little stripy t-shirts, and little hats,
Why are they somehow creepier?
and they're like, Mom!
Okay.
Oh no, they
I say,
talk.
you may call me Papa.
That's all 3 of them. And what will you call
My
them?
beautiful boys.
One was Jimmy.
Oh, yeah,
Handsome
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Bean.
I'm Jimmy Bean. I'm the handsome one. But I feel like that's not very fair to my brothers to call me the handsome one and the other 2 go, yeah.
Well, we call you the handsome one, and the other's the butt ugly one.
Papa, you're not funny, Papa. Papa, that's mean, Papa.
Everyone has names. Fair's fair. Let's go.
Don't listen.
Are their names hot and ugly? Just to clarify.
He's actually not your father. So don't
Okay, Mama. Okay, Mama. Okay, Mama. Okay.
figure that out later.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, for now, be in peace in your life.
I am
Children.
going to very quietly lean over to Amelia and be like,
Do we want to have a plan in case they go evil? It's probably wise.
Jimmy snaps his head around and goes, "We're not evil."
Are you calling my children
very
evil?
quietly, so that no one else just.
I think that we need to have a plan.
Are you gonna
Just in case.
I hope they have
Bring
chicken
them-
nuggets at the Pink Pony Grove.
bring them back to New York?
What
There
else
are,
am I supposed to do?
there are uglier people in
Mama,
New York.
you're not leaving us
Fine.
alone, right?
I literally can't abandon them.
Mama,
You're not leaving us. Maybe they need like some disguises or something.
Are you saying
Human.
that
Are
our
they hu-
children
I thought-
need
oh, no, they're
disguises?
goblins.
I think,
Goblin kids in New York.
I think perhaps the doctors could probably help you out in Bristoltown. if-
No, no.
Or Imogen.
They're beautiful the way they are.
Yeah.
Right, Imogen?
I think they're very nice, just the way that they are.
Okay.
But
Maybe we just stay in Bristolton.
Maybe we do.
Or go to Moscow.
We'll go to
ooh, Moscow.
Moscow, Idaho.
We have that here.
I've got all sorts of weird things.
Yeah. The kids go, oh, we'll fit it in Idaho. Yeah, Idaho.
Yes, my little potatoes. You do well.
And they all go, we're tots.
But Bristleton was a pleasant enough village. It just needs a good wax.
One of them grabs onto your shirt and goes, Papa,
Yes, child.
when I grow up, I'm gonna be the best waxer in the world. For you, Papa.
Well,
I got you to break.
We'll be the best waxers in Bristleton, in Idaho, Wyoming.
then it is time for us to
Northern
start
Utah.
your training, son.
And he goes, one step ahead of you, Papa. And he peels off a strip from your leg.
Was he like just distracted talking, and then he was like putting a strip on.
Ah, thank you, son. I already got a perfect wax thanks to those pain doctors that were torturing me
Papa.
with their waxing.
I don't know about perfect, Papa.
Oh, thank you, son. You're better than I could have imagined.
Well, I think the only person who didn't ask for anything is Amelia.
Also, could we have all the doctors in their tents doing weird pain surgeries and Bristleton be evicted?
What? They're doing what?
You wouldn't believe what people have been doing in your name.
Let's
Imogen.
start with dinner. Then I will go do systematic religious reform. That should only take me a few days. So let's start with lunch, dinner.
It is easy.
I'm hungry. Do they still have the nachos there?
Yes, they do.
I like the pink pony scrub, but sometimes I get worried because Angus doesn't wash his hooves.
Oh,
That's disgusting.
delicious.
But anyway, and then we flash forward,
Where
and
does
we're
Angus
at the birthday party booth at the Pink Pony Scrub later that night. And the three boys have like little pointy like party hats on, and they're like, "We're alive! It's our birthday!" And you know, Angus comes out and he sings the Pink Pony Grub birthday song. Oh, allow me.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Saddle up, Buttercup, because you're getting old. If you know anything about horses, they hate being cold. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
And then,
You guys have nachos, you have drinks, you have edamame.
a toast to the new wax club in the city. Toast to Amelia for... Wait, what happened to you, Amelia?
What do you mean?
Like, in the time between then and now.
Do you want your curse removed?
Actually,
Oh,
that would be
a
lovely.
toast to Amelia. Are you still cursed?
I'm
For being so wonderful.
Soren, that's a little
She's
much.
just the most beautiful woman in this entire
And you look up and suddenly across the table, there is Sequoia, Cedar, and Jarrom. And they're like, "It's not a curse, honey. Maybe everyone just is."
And Amelia pushes away from the table, clears her throat, stands up, holds up her glass, and says, "Well, cheers to that then."
Well, what do you think you guys are gonna do while you're here? You guys, I mean, they're building a shrine to you here in Bristleton because you won the eating contest.
Oh, we gotta stay and make sure that they do us justice.
I think that we should, maybe amass some followers. Start a church.
Oh no! No!
Godhood awaits.
No! Oh, we have a lot to talk about.
But what's the statue? We should at least be involved in designing the statue.
Didn't we just do a whole thing about how it looks are? You know what? Never mind. You want it to look good. It's a statue. It's there forever. I can empathize with that.
Thank you, Imogen.
I think perhaps I'd like to ride a dragon.
Is that a
Sequoia
possibility?
goes, "Not a fairy." Just kidding. And Imogen goes,
I mean, if you're offering.
and Inez,
I'm from the south.
one of
Roddy's
the
second
4
nature.
older warriors, goes, "We have our dragon. You can go whenever you want."
Wait.
That would be lovely, thank you.
So now y'all are cool. After everything that happened.
Well, it's like when you run into your old friends that you have, like drama with. Like, we're gonna have like a good talk later, but she offered to buy dinner.
You know what? You're right.
We've been living off worms in the woods.
Tragic.
For 30 years?
Just for like the past few days while we were traveling.
Oh,
Worms are astonishingly nutritious.
high in fiber.
Protein.
Protein,
Protein.
actually. And you can multiply your food storage. Very practical. By encouraging
Anyway,
them to
About those
breed,
dragon
of course.
rides.
Which
The three boys
So-
go, we want to ride a dragon, dragons!
let's ride the dragon, boys. So also, Soren is going to open up a therapist clinic.
Okay, well,
To go and visit or to be the therapist?
He's going to be the therapist.
oh.
The rocks did do wonders.
Mm-hmm.
So, you
Well,
all
I'm
saddle up
about-
and you go on a little dragon ride over Bristleton. And you do see an awkward conversation between the four older warriors and Imogen, where she does look a bit abashed, like a teenager. She's like, well, it's the follower, and I have to listen to followers. Yeah, I was wrong, but we really need to work on our follower base. And the four go, yes, but... And they're having this long conversation upon the dragon, but as you soar over Bristleton, kind of embracing this world of strangeness, magic, this adventure you've been on, do you each want to give me a little brief on where are your characters a year from that dragon ride?
Well, Soren's practicing medicine. He's
Therapy.
got his therapist clinic, and he's doing good work. He brings in his rocks, he brings in his crystals, he seeks to bring people into alignment with the totality. And he watches the children Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Are we divorced parents?
And some
doesn't-
holidays.
He doesn't actually know where the children go on the other days. He just watches them from Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
And he waxes religiously. He was invited to do some modeling gigs around the towns and cities around Bristleton. So he's a model for waxing and for rocks.
Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what about like massage stones? Like post-wax, like hot stones?
Totally. Yeah.
Got
He's
it.
all about that. So, yeah, and he keeps in touch with Blav and with Nova and Joey and Amelia, of course, well, as much as he can. But it depends on what everybody else is doing. I don't know if you're hard to get in touch with. He,
All right.
There's a messenger pool.
Yeah, there's the messenger pond.
The group chat.
Yeah. Well, what about Nova?
I think Nova eventually did go back, but she was inspired by her time with Soren and the Rocks. So I think she's delving into like sound rock therapy healing, which is still performing and DJing and stuff. I mean, she's still doing that, but she's integrated stuff. I think she finally had a conversation with Mom, who was probably super not happy that she didn't go to Juilliard, but she found success elsewhere. I think they've come to agreement, to understanding about stuff. And she checks in with people on the messaging pond every once in a while to see how everyone else is doing.
Which in the human world, you have to like fill up your bathtub and look
Yeah,
in.
exactly. Put some like crystals around the tub.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about Joey?
I think Joey stays because she finally gets to live out all of the movies that she's been a stunt in. That she
Oh.
just gets to be this like badass fighter chick. And I think she specifically teaches fighting and self-defense to girls in Bristleton. And
Bristly goes to a class and she's like, if any perverts walk in my salon again.
I've got a poster of this.
Yeah. There's a dummy that looks an awful lot like Soren.
just basically teaches fighting and to people who want to learn. And that's just what she does. She just continues fighting and, of course, keeps in touch with everybody, especially the people that are there. And then she'll babysit the goblins every once in a while, but she's very careful to have her sword on her at all times. She still does not trust that these little things are not going to turn evil at some point. She's going to have to cut one in half. Like, she's sure. So.
And Amelia.
Amelia does go back to New York to her career as principal dancer for New York City Ballet. She doesn't give up being a cat burglar, but she does start working for companies testing their alarm systems instead.
I love that.
Very
I
nice.
love it. She's always just a little bit too good at it.
And last but not least, what about Lab?
Yeah, I actually become an acolyte of Imogen. And I take in any young women who don't have a place, and I basically help take care of them along with my 3 goblin children.
We can hang out.
You know, Soren and I tried moving to Moscow. We just realized it wasn't right.
Wasn't
you
good
know,
for the kids.
Yeah, it wasn't good for the kids, and honestly, like, they deserve to see parents that are happy. So now we're like living in the same town, but it's fine because we're friends, and it was totally like clean, and, like, you know, like there was no drama.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking from experience. And yeah, so she lives in Bristleton, and that's where she's happy.
And in that future, there's a happy, thriving Bristleton where the Festival of Beauty still happens, but in a much more lighthearted capacity. You can get beautiful flowers braided into your hair. You can get waxed by baby Jimmy, who's apprenticing under Bristly. And with the help of Lab, they've opened up Imogen's Home for Girls, taking in young women. And
Could we just one more thing? I guess 2 more
Absolutely.
things. Number 1, Soren takes up beekeeping, so he becomes a beekeeper, and
beautiful.
he's making honey.
Repentance.
And he sells his honey to people. Actually, just gives his honey away. And also, could we meet every year for the beauty festival to reenact our eating contest performance?
Yes. Yes.
Could I have gotten the golden fork turned into some sort of unique instrument that
Yes.
comes with?
Yes.
Yes.
And every year, Amelia comes, and instead of dead goblins, she teaches the young women at Imogen's Home for Girls a dance routine for the backup dancers for the eating contest. And you guys always open and host every year.
And every year, Soren reenacts his stunt where he throws them all onto his shoulders until at the age of 87.
When he can't, what
when
happens?
when he goes to enact when he goes to enact the stunt, and he just crumples on stage and dies of heart failure.
And that, my friend, has been the very first campaign of Role Models. Thank you so much, everyone, for playing. I have had such a joy writing this story, and all of you have been so delightful to have as players. I mean it. And if you are watching this in the future, I hope you enjoyed watching this as well. And if you want to see more content like that, like this, please support us. Please let us know. This has been, my heart, my little soul project of something I've always wanted to do. So I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for We Geek Together for letting us use their space to record this. I'm grateful for, one more time, Spencer. Desert Penguin Audio, Spencer and Kyle, and very briefly Josh have been an enormous help putting this all together. You wouldn't be seeing this without them.
Wow, they're great.
So, thank you all for playing. Thank you for watching. See you later.
Bye.
And then the little goblin boys go, Daddy, why have we never grown old? And that's cut.